All right, let's come back. So what we try to do, we try to import our final project, right, according to this instruction. So we did click on the fork. After you sign into the account, you go to github.com/csc201/final project. Then you can get the instruction here, and then you should sign into your account. And before we do that, right? And then we fork. After we fork, we get the csc130/final project. Pretty much just copy the final project to your account and create a repository for that. So we done that part. Now we try to set up the project into Eclipse. First, we need to create a folder, and we did create a folder named Final Project right here on your desktop. And we open Eclipse, and we select the workspace for Eclipse to open Final Project folder. When we do that, I have the empty project here because we don't have anything yet here. So now I need to create a Java project named posbravo2. Go to File, New. If you don't see Java project on the list, you can just go Project and go to Java project. We're going to name it posbravo2. We're going to click on Finish to create a project. Now we should see project on your left hand side right there. Now we're going to need to install Git Bash. Go to download Git Bash. You can Google Git Bash and pick the OS, right? So let me show you one more time. So you can just go to Google, and it should not take long. You can also install on this machine. I just did that. Just take less than a few minutes, and pick on your OS and download and run it. Now after that, to open it, you just go to search and go to Git Bash. Launch Git Bash. You should have Git Bash open, which is this screen. Okay, so we switch back to the instruction. Alright, so it asks us to close Eclipse, so let's close that then. Make sure you are in the folder and containing final project. Alright, so that's how we're going to add in Git. So the next step, adding Git repository to Eclipse. Alright, remember when we used Eclipse last time, we do team share, but this time we're going to use Git Bash instead. Okay, so let's see how do we do this. So we need to make sure you are in the folder containing final project, not inside final project. So that means I have to go to my desktop, right? So cd, I think I should have desktop. Alright, so I have that. Now let me make sure I want to type. Oh, it's not a Git. So I'm going to follow that instruction anyway because it's not in the Git repository. It's just on the desktop. So in Windows, I'm going to type git clone, right? So we're going to clone just like when we did the Eclipse. We have to do clone first if I import from this link. So should be able to copy and paste, right? Clone, then that's the path, which is my username that I just fork, which is what, csc130. Cloning. All right, so Okay, let's say it's done. So we just clone this into temp folder, right? Pretty much because that's instructor say. So just pull everything to temp folder. But this one we don't have anything yet because we just create project with Eclipse. I just try to explore and show you, right? But this one we clone everything already, including the module list. See that? Now we're going to switch back because we said we clone and we create a folder temp. Okay, so we understand that instruction. Robo copy /is/e dot /temp/dot git. So we pretty much try to copy everything into that final project right after we clone that for this command. All right. Invalid parameters. Final project /.git. Robust file copy for Windows. So the instruction try to go to this path, right? It's hidden folder. In Windows you can show hidden folder, right? Where do you go? Hmm? It's just slow. Let me stop. Is it right click properties? Not that one, right? So open the folder, right, organize. There you go. All right, so it's .git right there, right? .temp.git, right? That's the folder that we try to copy. So we're going to copy. So we have been issue with the command, so we do from here. Let me do Control C. I'm going to open my final project, right? We're gonna paste it. Is it right in this location? Let's double check on the path. Yes, right? So we just put in this. Okay, so we just did that. So we copy. So this is pretty much just remove directory, RD, right? Command. You just try to delete all the temp out. Now you cd into final project, right? So this is just the command, Unix command. You cd in final project and then you just type git reset hard hate. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do the Git Bash again. Now I'm going to cd to my final project. Alright, so now I'm going to type git reset. Okay, so we are at the head now. Alright, can you explain what we try to do when we do reset that dash hard head?
Okay, what git reset hard head basically does is for the GitHub repository, the head is basically the pointer to the data, and since you just move the folder from one folder to another, actually in this case it doesn't matter if you type that command or not. But what reset hard head does is it resets the pointer to the current most up to date repository. So that sort of makes sense.
Okay. Now we try to fetch. So what it does is, after you move to the current one that you update, you just try to fetch. It's just like pull.
Yes.
You just try to get the latest code here, but the difference between fetch and pull is you not merge, right? You only fetch. When you pull, you merge at the same time. Like merge means you may have your current working directory and you change something. Before you actually want to do anything, you want to pull first because your teammates may working on another portion of the code. Right? If you pull, it's going to pull the latest code from the head and then merge also. Merge the change, integrating your chain and your teammate chain at the same time. Which, if you just do fetch, it's not going to do merge, it's just pull. Then you can just manually merge later. So we're done with that part. Now updating Eclipse. So now we're going to open Eclipse. So we pretty much just, what we did here, if you compare to what we did before with Eclipse, we just pretty much just make the connection, clone that repository to your Eclipse. Just like when we create a team, we go to team and share, right? What we just did with Git Bash. So now we go to Eclipse and we open Eclipse and set the workspace to final project, right? Then we have open and we want to make sure we're going to refresh this, hit F5. So we get all the project right there, right? Is that easy to do? All right, so now next step. You see when you pull it in, you get all the errors like I tried to tell you earlier, right? These errors actually, if you don't really pick on the project for doing like what he did, the Hibernate one, you can still running this without any issue and you still can work on your project. You can just ignore that. But if you want to make all the errors go away, it's just all about configurations that you're missing the external libraries that we talked about yesterday. Now for this one, you can just go to system init, right? Which has the main, you can still run this application even there's an error because you're not really involved in that. And that's pretty much it here, right? And the pin is 0000000 6 zeros. And go to click on fast food. Then we get into the project. And now you can start to look at the modules. The module actually on the module list itself, right? Now this one is not updated because I have to update one. I'm going to push that on later. which is on my here.